Welcome back to Bazaar. I'm Miko, and today I've got a weapon Vanessa run for you. It's honestly a pretty strong weapon Vanessa run. I tunnel visioned really hard on Tortuga throughout this run and never found it, made huge mistakes because of that, and for a lot of the run, never really appreciated how solid I'd gotten the build to be. And I think this run's really, more than anything else, a lesson on being aware of your future options, both because I should have gone into Tortuga and missed the chance, and then also tunnel vision too hard on Tortuga and didn't see what I really could make of the current build I was playing. This weapon Vanessa is, on the whole, a pretty fair one. No crazy orange Julians, no charge synergy, no off-class yo-yos, just good old-fashioned shiny swashbuckle murdering people. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this run in spite of the fact that I spend most of it tunnel visioned way too hard looking for a Tortuga that never came. Getting into another run as Vanessa, let's start off with income start. I'm the income guy. I always prefer this. It gives me so much agency over the course of the run. I suppose I'll be going JJ first shot then.
Profit 10.
A part of me wants to buy fishing net, but I don't know why that part of me exists. I'm gonna take the mantis shrimp. I don't think Vanessa's amulet's gonna be playable for a couple of days, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Yeah. These are certainly some of the weapons in the game. I can't take that away from them. I think that's a full skip. I think there's no way cannon, cutlass, or bayonet are ever part of a winning day one board. Maybe bayonet could be, with like a shark claws or a shadowed cloak and a one slot weapon. But the rest of that, I just don't see how it converts into anything useful on day one, so I'm gonna skip it, leave that on the table. Go look for a Fang from Fang to Inglet, because there's such a good shot that I end up playing a wide weapon Vanessa with shark claws if I can find an Ayla after this. But this fight's not going anywhere fast. The mantis shrimp does not kill, so we'll be editing to Sandstorm here. And I'll go ahead and take a moment to remind you that you can sub for more daily Bazaar content just like this. And if you could leave a like on the video, it really does boost the video up in the algorithm, help people find it, help the channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. Anyways, the Sandstorm is here, the Inglet is dead. The only question is, do we get the weapon, do we get good gold, or do we more or less waste our time? Good gold, at least. We have a friend for Tiny Furry Monster if they show up. Middle for Shark Claws is always an option. I don't think double barrels winning day one or day two. With a number of shops left, I'm willing to buy it because it might be good on a day two board. Katana with the bayonet at least has DPS. I can't say that about the other options I have. Going to leave here so I can roll for Shark Claws and an Ayla if it's my last shop. It is not. We have Andy. I don't think there's a small item fixing this board, unfortunately. I'm going to take a small silver item here. There's a teeny tiny chance to get leg brace. I could also get no gold, but 2 regen does affect my win rate on the day. I don't think it'll be right to go to Mandala with this. I'm pretty sure I'm losing. I have no scaling. I have a 7.5 DPS katana with the bayonet, and then about 50 damage from the shrimp. Boomerang hatchet. Does katana out DPS boomerang hatchet? I think it does. He is up 100 health on me. I think we still get there, especially with 2 regen. It's kind of shocking that Katana Bayonet is going to be winning day one, but my opponent has even less than I do, so we take these, I guess. I'm very glad I bought the Bayonet, because without this, I think, not even I think, I know I lose the fight, because 2/3 of my DPS basically is this Bayonet. And I'm only up 50 health by the end of this.
Well, I guess motivation.
Goodbye on the bayonet. I was not confident it was the right call in the moment, but it definitely ended up being right with the board we have. Also, we have nothing going into day 2, just so we're all clear on that. The board's not looking good. I've got to roll for left right-handed here. I'll at least settle for strength. With the katana using a bayonet, strength's largely identical, I guess. Gotta go middle, gotta look for shark claws. It's that easy, folks. Don't really want this shrimp, but I obviously am not replacing him here. Very, very early silver powder keg. Obviously, I can't use it now. I think it's wrong. Like, maybe I could pick up powder keg down the line. But generally speaking, powder keg without either a ton of crit scaling or a obsidian enchant, it's not going to do that much, right? You need to find other ways to scale it. Right now, we just need to take this weapon board to fruition. Is it worth rolling here? I don't think it is, because I've already got the shark claws. That's like the one thing I cared about at the shop. No, it's worth rolling. I'm obviously not getting anything that's gonna help me today, but I can get Orange Julie and her poker table for the future, both of which are very good. I can also throw away 2 gold. That's always an option. Had my hopes up, don't know why. Colt's probably outside the realm of shit I care about. Unfortunately, so are all the other options being shown to me. I think that means I go Colt rather than like getting 1 gold, and I can see the front page, maybe upgrade a Mantis Shrimp. The revolver is still an upgrade here.
But I'd take a few more clips.
But that's all I'm doing at this shop, unfortunately. Still, I think with a Shark Claw, Katana, Bayonet setup, I'm not bad for day 1. I don't beat Warrior, but I should beat Covetous Thief, no problem. Crit's fine. Effectively, 2 janky income is good. Shadowed Cloak would be very, very good. I would replace the Bayonets and the Revolver immediately, because that would give me essentially double speed on the Katana, plus the scaling from it. Grindstone, not so much. At least it's money. Basically, every drop from this guy is good if you're playing a weapon build. But that'll be gold eventually. Am I greedy enough to run into my PvP fight? Probably not. I'm pretty broke, so Mid's work doesn't sound great. I have a medium item I can sell him. It's not good to use that with Shark Claws, so I get plus 2 gold from coming here, but I miss out on a 1 of 2 skill. I have the Mantis Shrimp to enable that, it's true. There's also a teeny tiny chance he shows me, like, Crow's Nest or Eels on the first page, and I do need to find those items eventually. Well, there's the Mantis Shrimp. You can have this double barrel, that's not happening. There's no reason ever to not buy a chum. I guess I'm taking the Mantis Shrimp. It's possible that I pivot into like a shot glasses build down the line. I've got the gold to take these, I'm going to. I'm not rolling here. The odds of seeing Eel, since it's starting silver on day 2, are very low. I kind of want to take a random medium, but you just go to JJ and spend the gold instead.
Sometimes I sell stuff.
I could just buy fishing rod. I have bigger dreams than that. But how much money do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that I can liquidate very easily. Unfortunately, I want to buy 14 gold of stuff on this second page. Wasn't really expecting that. I always get the silver shark claws. It's probably also right to sell my concealed dagger to get the star chart. And that means I just cannot possibly buy the crow's nest, unfortunately. That's fine. Hopefully the next one we see is silver. It's really painful to sell the concealed dagger because it will make money, but I don't have a say in the matter. I need 8 gold. Bronze star chart on day 2 is fantastic. It opens up the docks for us to get bonus experience. And then silver shark claws day 2 with katana bayonet is fantastic. Really cannot expect much better than this on an income start. Doesn't mean I'm going to win. I can still get absolutely blown out, especially by day 2 max. The proper magic carpet setup's nearly unbeatable at every point in the game. This is not magic carpet. It is 13 burn. I think I should handle that no problem. It's only 1 slow. Everything else is damage over time. I think we win this. Just the damage from silver shark claws on day 2 is absolutely wild. Didn't even have the bayonet trigger there because it goes off the internal after the katana. Still massive overkill. Love to see it. All right, 2-0 on income start Vanessa. Can't be any better than that, really. I'll take my loot item. Hope it's good. Questionable. I mean, I'm doing it, right? But I'm not sure it's actually doing that much. I don't like Kev, especially with how broke I am. I'm going to go take a medium item. That's not what I wanted. I don't know what I did want, but it certainly wasn't that. Nautica's a fairly expensive roll here. But she can sell me shark claws.
My favorite air breather.
For now, I guess I'm throwing star chart in. I don't have a better way to finish off this board. I'm certain torpedo's a mistake here. I'm just trying to decide if rolling is a mistake. If I go down to 5 and I see shark claws, I can barely afford them. If I see eels, I'm in an actually pretty bad spot. No, that's not true. If I see eels, I can afford them too, right? Because I just need 4 extra gold. And I can sell the katana, and I would never need the mantis shrimp anymore. The hits are too big not to roll. Well, gold shark claws on day 3, you say? It's definitely worth putting the wing on now. I am completely broke, but considering I'm completely broke as a consequence of buying one of the best items in the game 2 days before it should be available, yeah, that seems fine. I don't think we'll be losing to an ether, right? 4.4 second gold shark claws on day 3 is a little bit of scaling. Just kind of outrageous amounts of damage. I would obviously like to have more gold, which is why I snap-clicked ether right, because it has the highest average gold value. I really should have looked at the other 2 fights. I'm still just completely programmed by the old way the game worked, that if you beat ether right, you click ether right. I can't get it out of my system. I'm better about it when I'm not commentating, but, well, that's very good. Oh, man. When I'm commentating, I just snap pick still sometimes on the first 2 days. Well, really only on day 3. You never beat Warriors. That sort of narrows down your options there. And these small items are things I can't afford. I'm just going to get a weapon here. The cutlass goes off after the shark claws, so rather than having the shark claws go off half a second earlier, I'll just get a multicast item to go off right after them. That seems better currently. Small tool, gumballs. I'm going to take the small tool. I'm just so broke. I don't expect to get any good value out of Quixel. That said, it is another undefeated Vanessa. Maybe I should be worried. I can't really imagine anyone's much stronger than me, but enchant starts and skill starts can be absolutely cracked. Overheal haste. It's an enchant start. They have a restorative catfish. A little bit of haste, but they're no longer effectively funneling it onto the catfish. They have a bronze beach ball still. I think we should be fine since catfish is fundamentally slow, but it is a healing item. Nope, we're good. Okay, undefeated enchant start Vanessa with a pretty good start, to be honest, and restorative catfish, and we still took them down. Honestly, their board's probably not clearly better than if they were just running beach ball catfish, because it's not effectively guaranteeing you haste the catfish anymore, and the catfish being restorative is your defenses and your offenses. Right, normally you upgrade shark claws here. I'm in a situation where maybe I upgrade star chart, actually. Right now, it's going on my board, and there are plenty of silly builds you can create if you have high-tier star charts. I could also take a skill, but, like, honestly, I'm more concerned about long-term power, and what, like, left-handed, right-handed, that's it, right? And I'm probably going to spend 2 gold rolling on it. I think this is better for now. That gets my shark claws down to, what, 4.1? And I could bring... like this, it's 2.0. They're still going off right after the shark claws. If it were a little bit faster, I would do it like this so that this would go off after the shark claws. Because the bayonet goes off the internal after the katana, the shark claws will affect the second bayonet hit here when otherwise it wouldn't. I think the idea with this is I kill them at 10.2 seconds. And if I do it this way, 12 seconds feels so much slower. It's just assuming that, like, it's barely better in my opinion. I don't know. Anyways, Andy is up against not a lot. I've got some gold now. If I end up going eels later, there's a lot of small, typeless items I need to find. That's fine damage upgrade. But it's not what I'm here for. No, I don't think I want any of that. There's some teeny argument that a 6-speed weapon is good enough to run, but that seems like an awful argument. Oh god, Doc's such an expensive roll and he can show me eels. I hate it. Oh, Tortuga. Okay, so this is an interesting one, right? I can roll for a shot at eels, at which point I'm down 9 gold and we're in an awful spot. So we're not rolling for eels. This is a very early Tortuga. You'll notice I have 600 health right now. I also have 1 9-speed friend. So Tortuga's not doing a lot right now. I do think Tortuga's a good build and I haven't been able to show it on the channel before. The issue is I have to liquidate 5 gold, which is my entire stash. And I'd be willing to sell this for Tortuga, because none of this gets used in a Tortuga build. But it also leaves Star Chart on the table. And very genuinely, I feel so much stronger with this Star Chart. Because if you look at the cooldown breakpoints we just hit, this goes down to 3.9, triggering before the katana, and 20% crit is not a small thing on a cutlass with a gold shark claws. Obviously, I'm sad not to buy Tortuga here. I'm sad not to roll and look for eels. But if I want to make something work super late game that isn't eels, having an early gold star chart is not bad. Alright, so now with the full power of hindsight, I can confidently say, you don't need hindsight to know I just fucked up. So here's the major issue with what I just did, right? I don't need my build to be stronger today. I have gold shark claws on day 4 and I'm undefeated. I can afford to throw an entire day if I need to buy this Tortuga. Tortuga is very strong. I have guaranteed gold upgrade Tortuga at level 7, which I know I'm hitting on day 6, which is just going to kill whoever I fight. And most importantly, I think that's enough of a compelling reason already that I shouldn't be buying the star chart. I don't need to power spike any harder than I already do. I will say, everything I just said about being a lot stronger with this star chart upgrade, I actually wholly stand by. I think it's a really substantial upgrade to my current build. Something really important to understand that I did not appreciate in this moment is that Shark Claws do not go 10 wins. You will never feel good playing Shark Claws after like day 7. I should not be planning to power spike even harder. I should be doing everything I can to find a transition to win the run with later. Tortuga absolutely can do that. It's one of the best ways, the best single item solutions to winning a run as Vanessa, and much more importantly than that, it's not just okay here, I have rigged. And if you don't know, rigged Tortuga is one of the most broken combos in the game, because you can use, I'll show this off later when I'm trying to do it and failing of course, but you can use Sea Shadow to trigger rigged at 2 seconds, causing your pufferfish to start looping 2 seconds into a fight, and that is one of the best possible enablers for Tortuga. This is very clearly a run where had I been better at the game and more experienced at playing Vanessa, if I had been able to play more this month than I actually got to, because I've only really started playing again the past week and a half or so, I would have bought Tortuga every time here. I could have done it without sacrificing anything on my board. It would have given me a clear path to late game. The run would have been much, much better off had I bought this Tortuga. And I normally don't harp on my mistakes this much, but this is a somewhat complicated mistake, and it's incredibly important and will be echoing out across the entire rest of the run. So I really wanted to explain why I vehemently disagree with the decision I made. Anyways, back to past me. He'll be making more mistakes, I'm sure. Blood Reef Raider has the Crow's Nest, but I'm obviously not going one weapon unless I transition to something else, and that something else would probably be eels. The gold shark claws, I have to believe I win this every time. Like, if this doesn't win, then shark claws cannot beat, right? This seems insane to have a... Oh, right, I also have rigged to kill off faster. Give him even less time to scale. Yeah, we're completely fine. Not even close. I have not beat Prince Marianas that comfortably in a very long time. That's horrifying. I gotta take that because it's so good if you go eels down the line to have gold slow and steady. Finally got the docks I've been waiting for. Never had gold star chart on my board day 4 before. It's a bit weird. Upgrade a bronze item versus Kina. I don't really want to go to Kina. There's not very many non-weapon items I want to buy right now. I don't think I need anything else, though. Like, the shield seems so unnecessary. I'm going to upgrade my katana. It's not very useful, but it does something. Maybe I should have upgraded the cutlass on the argument that they're both useless and I'm more likely to sell the cutlass.
You came to the wrong thing.
Day 4 inexorable. Alright. It's still not a guaranteed win. If my previous upload on Pig shows you anything, so no matter how quickly you go to the moon, no matter how strong your build is, that doesn't lock you into 10 wins. He's up 200 health on me because he's leveled up. I have 2, so it's just Pig things. Silver Toxic Yo-Yo pretty early is scary, but it doesn't matter. The gold shark claws with rigged, like, I will admit, I've taken a lot more damage a lot faster than I expected to. I got there, but that was actually very close. I can't help but notice it's got up to 100 healing. I want to see the recap there. That was surprisingly close. Just 420 out of the yo-yo with that little, huh? I guess bottled ship on an enchanted silver yo-yo will do that. I'm kind of shocked. All right, health bars are just low, so even though this isn't a very good item, it's still good enough for day 4. Barely got there, but we're still undefeated going into day 5 on income start. I think that's a pretty automatic Ayla, right? I'm a weapon build. I'm transitioning into weapon builds late game if I switch to eels. I have nothing to transform. I never click borrow.
Finished with fighting, but
Treb.
I hope you finish a fight.
There's also a narwhal here as well. I don't imagine I'm ever going Mantis Shrimp at this point. And with the Shark Claws, I'm probably not going Vanessa's Amulet either. But I'll keep it on the right because it is a passive item for a potential eel build down the line. I can buy both of these and roll. How would I use both? I feel like the narwhal goes into the build. Like, the star chart just doesn't really need to be here. So I drop this into this for narwhal treb. I actually do like that. And I am going to roll looking for eels, basically. Yeah, sorry, you're not going into the build, buddy. So like this, I have one more active item to go with the treb, and it's scaling the treb, which is being charged by everything else. Well, not to be a net, but what can you do? I think this is the best version of the board I can assemble today. Definitely... Oh, Obsidian Shoeblade. I didn't catch that this was enchanted. It's double damage. But it's also quite slow. What's the speed with Star Chart here? 3.9. It goes off right after the Shoeblade, unfortunately. If I could get the 30 doubled to 60, 120 scaling before this went off, that would be 160 at 7 seconds, which is pretty substantial, but I don't have the ability to make it that fast. So we go with this. Don't see any point in trying to stick with Cutlass. It's just, it falls off so hard. Sorry, Midsworth, I want 5 gold and 1 XP. I am 1 broken, 2 a fiend for experience. Gotta be Praeting Duelist, right? Gorgon Noble, like, yeah, it has better average gold value. But all talk is so good with what I'm doing. It also opens up the possibility of playing Pistol Sword very early, because this is just a very hard item to find. I can dupe a revolver. Would that be worth running to charge the treb fast, or do I just stick with the bayonet? It's half the speed of the bayonet, effectively, but it charges the treb. It's probably worse. Anyways, what do we get? Useless. Nothing. Gotta hit up Barcoon here. How many smalls do I have to sell him? If I were willing to liquidate everything, which I am, I can get plus 3 gold from Barcoon. And there are some pretty important mediums that I still haven't seen. Is there ever a world where Sextant hits the board? I don't think so, right? Yeah, I'm rolling that. I can't imagine playing Sextant here. Not a Bronze Cove, unfortunately. Will I ever be able to make a Silver Cove work? I don't think I will.
This is a gift at any price.
Gonna give him all my small items and be on my way. A little bit poorer than I started. Not what I was hoping to do. Not at all. I wonder if there was an argument to sub over Treb. Probably not. Gunpowder. I don't think I care about gunpowder, do I? Nah. Let's go silver loot. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I will go middle, though. We have a submersible. I have a large item. There's also a sea shadow if I want it. And I could go submersible plus sea shadow over the treb and the bayonet, maybe. Or maybe the revolver. But, oh, right. I would have to... No, because sea shadow is a vehicle. I don't have to have a large. And this means that I'm scaling my defenses off the shark claws now. I also generally think that this is setting up for something strong down the line in a way my previous build wasn't. Having the sea shadow and the narwhal allows me to transition to Tortuga potentially in a couple of days. I'm locked into no large items here. I think it's pretty obviously bayonet coming back, right? And then I am willing to roll poker table and not early, but early enough Orange Julian. Do I want to liquidate for a pufferfish to really set up for a Tortuga build? 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have exactly enough. Honestly, yes. I'm buying this pufferfish so that I can go into Tortuga if it's offered later. I obviously don't have the gold to do that currently, but I think it's worth doing. Also worth noting that Sea Shadow is very good with Rigged. I have the Katana now, but again, if I go into Tortuga down the line, Sea Shadow into Rigged with a pufferfish, that's just a Tortuga combo that's absolutely insane. I think I've lost to a person doing that on video relatively recently.
My dreams are too big for you.
1150 health. How big's the money tree? That's probably what it all comes down to. 250. That's pretty large, but he's not scaling and not doing much offense. Like, he's technically scaling, but I mean technically very, very sincerely. I think we should easily bring this down. Yeah, we got this. 300 and... Oh, we got into half health, which triggered hard shell and defense credit. I was like, this does not say 330. What on earth happened? And having the scaling defenses of Submersible also makes me feel much stronger right now. Undefeated 5 days running on income start with a sick build and a clear path to end game with a high crit chance immediate pufferfish Tortuga combo. Obviously, I don't have the Tortuga right now. I made other plans, If I had realized I had rigged, I might have played differently to pick up that Tortuga. I can sell this to go up to 13 gold. Then I can roll going down to 9. If I see a silver Tortuga, I am not level 7 yet, I can easily liquidate and switch to a Tortuga. It's an expensive roll at Nautica, but I'm willing to do it. 2 largest, but not the right ones. Just making sure I shouldn't be considering Sea Dog Saloon before I move on. 4 large aquatic silvers, not a single one I care about. No eels, no Tortugas. Rough. Rowboat is a little bit interesting. Oh, it doesn't time well at all, though. It goes off right before the shark claws. No, I'm going to pass on that, then.
I thought for sure you'd like these.
Ayla against the docks. You would do this to me, wouldn't you? I can't say no to the docks. I'm too poor. The experience is too good. I obviously want some things from Ayla, but this is too necessary. I'm pretty certain I lose to Lich, unfortunately. I'm all weapons, so I don't charge the Necronomicon much at all, but I have no sustain. My damage is not high enough. There's an Obsidian Claw here, which is currently better than Narwhal, but I'm so broke that I'm not going to go after it. I'm going here for the chance at these large gold items to try to help fix my economy. Flashy Mechanic does nothing for me and never will. Unfortunate. Oh, is there a chance I die to a crit on this? This has happened to me before. We killed him fast enough that it doesn't come to that, but yeah, this is the 6% for 800 that I think has killed me twice on camera somehow. It's unreal how many times I've died to that. Chris Army Knife at silver. Not a use for me. Upgrade a silver or lower tier item. If I find myself playing Tortuga, I actually don't really care about pufferfish at all. I think it makes a lot of sense here to upgrade Sea Shadow. There's some decent base damage on submersible upgrades, I think, but Sea Shadow continuing to go off more than the first time is pretty nice. I love me some extra experience, but I am looking for some very specific, very important large items. I don't have anything else for an eel build. I don't think I care. I don't think I can care about that. If I see Tortuga on the second page, I'm going to be selling 4 items for it. Depends on the tier. If I saw Tortuga, the only thing I need from my current board is this. I would run this for cooldown reduction with the Tortuga. That's the whole build. So I could sell my entire stash right now, which is 5 items. So I can roll here and buy the Cove, and the Cove will always be at least break even. It's fine. So I take the Cove, and I roll. No Tortuga. What about a middle? If I'm playing Sea Shadow, I don't really want a poker table. I think I would rather gain 7 regen. That sounds like it meaningfully affects my durability right now. You have the Cove making a bit of money, not a lot. A 1-win Vanessa, probably not favored against me then. But there's definitely a lot better I could be doing right now. It makes me very sad that I skipped that Tortuga earlier. What did I buy?
I've seen my share of storms.
I believe I went for the gold star chart at the time, but I was also very low on cash, and getting the Tortuga would have required me to like give up something on my board. So it was a very substantial amount of power.
Bravery without strength is a sword.
Minus 200, just barely a big enough orange Julian. I don't have any crit chance, so it's not like there's... I have 10% on you for some reason? On everything. Oh, because of an axe herbal. So, out of curiosity, did it come down to crit RNG? Did I get no crits and then lose? No, I wasn't even that close to killing him. Just unfortunate. Just disgustingly strong to have a Julian this big, this fast. Also worth noting that, like, the way this times out, 9.1, 7.6. No, even if we're still silver, I'd have lost that. It's just a really, really big sniper rifle. Oh, can't do shit about that. Got one shot. I mean, yeah, the build's as fast as I can make it. This is just Shark Claw starting to fall off, really. There's no way for me to build defenses that would affect that. Middle doesn't sell the items that make my build better right now. Like, Diamond Shark Claws aren't going to save me. I'm going to take economy here. Huh. Well, shit. So if I do this, it's going to give me a lot more defenses and offenses. And obviously I'm losing the scaling here. So as soon as the shark claws go off, the katanas basically break even unless it crits. I'm unconvinced that's what I want, but it's definitely something I want to try. It's just the double-dipped submersible shield is pretty substantial. Although I might simply be traumatized by the previous fight. I'm going to take a small weapon here. None of the options are exceptional. It's just going to Kina and spending my gold at a shop that cannot sell me Tortuga feels like a mistake. We should crush Ghost Pepper here. He's going to generate a lot of regen. I was thinking the shield here and the scaling on Shark Claws, I'll have no problem surviving. I don't know that I'm going to have no problem killing him, though. Because this is just gold Shark Claws with no other scaling. And he's about to be up to 100 regen when all of this triggers, yeah. It looks like we're okay. Yeah, we get through. I'm always a little bit worried about any build where I feel confident in a slightly long match against this guy, because, you know, 200 regen is worrisome. But we got there. Embers do nothing for me. I do need to make the room for it. Claws are better than Narwhal at this point, but Narwhal's is a friend. I'm not going to go back to Bayonet. I really appreciate how big that shield was.
Ride that tide.
Crit skills, freeze skills, gold tier. Most crit skills give you crit chance. I feel like mine is covered. I would be rolling to get it up another tier, basically. I don't think I care. I'm going gold tier. Just make sure I get something at a high tier. Shield Bash can just be absolutely insane, so I'm taking that. There are so many builds where I've lost because my opponent has Shield Bash and does something just completely degenerate with it. Don't really care for a powder keg. I'm definitely outside of that. And nothing. Unfortunate.
All my weapons have been tested in battle. Have you?
Gonna go Docs and keep raking in the extra gold and experience. We're probably on pace to be... maybe not. There's a guaranteed 8 experience between now and tomorrow's fight. Getting an extra 4 sounds very difficult. Anyways, I don't have a reason to sell anything, though, so we'll go into our fight. It's a 3-win Vanessa. I felt incredibly strong yesterday and got one shot. Let's hope we don't repeat the experience.
Nobody's. My fight isn't with you.
2150, Crow's Nest, Shiny Fang. Oh, boy. I don't think we kill before Orange Julian goes off, so we just lose. That's unfortunate. What am I gonna do? He has Shiny Fang on his Orange Julian Crow's Nest build, man. And we, like, you can't outscale Orange Julian. That's just not how the game works. God damn it, man. Just killed by 2 ridiculous Crow's Nest Orange Julians back to back.
You fall like a bird.
That's so frustrating. Like, I honestly don't think I can match into more dangerous builds for what I'm doing. Also deeply frustrating to not have Tortuga and just kill them before they can go off. So, Pole, would you like to fix my crippling lack of Tortugas? I'm not buying the eels, man. You can't make me. I don't want to play eels. Nope. Just gonna sell me every other large item in the game. That's cool. Is there any use to going Kina? I can get a Basilisk Fang, which is a lifesteal weapon. I wouldn't want to drop Katana for it, but I could put Sea Shadow in the stash. Do something like this with the Basilisk Fang. Wait, it's not a Basilisk Fang, it's a Sacrificial Dagger. Glad I called that. I do think we're at a point where the extra damage from having these 2 weapons would have been better for us. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but... I also want the crit chance here. I want the maximum possible damage on Swashbuckle because my claws are falling off a cliff right now. I have no stash space whatsoever either. I'm gonna take the dagger because there's not a non-weapon item I want. I'm so tunneled on Tortuga. I know I'm playing wrong by doing this. I'll go Car Conductor. Obviously the feathers are good, but there are 2 chances at very, very impactful skills here. Oh, if I'm not playing Sea Shadow, the submersible's pretty terrible, isn't it? Glad we discovered that before I got to a PvP fight. I just forgot that I needed Sea Shadow here. Well, it's fine. We still beat this guy. Oh, man. I felt so good about the build going into my day 6 PvP fight, and now I'm just deeply demoralized by the opponent RNG. Don't need this. The claws obviously don't work, and that gives us the room to pick up and sell the captain, so we won't before going back to Sea Shadow.
This is how you win a war.
And take the loot item. Maybe I should have YOLO'd a weapon for a chance at Tortuga. You never know. So I go Tatiana looking for specifically Yo-Yo, I guess. If I find specifically Yo-Yo, giving it multicast seems very good. I've got 48 gold. I'm going to float this in case I hit Yo-Yo. Damn. Charge your other non-weapon items 1 second. Kind of the wrong build for this. Well, I'll hold the bottled ship for all of like 8 seconds before I have to sell it to somebody. My whole build is medium items, and at the same time, there is no medium item that makes the build meaningfully better. I'm taking my 2 experience. We're very much in the broken Tortuga in-game waiting room. I have no ability to have confidence right now. This is the same build that was good 2 days ago. Great 2 days ago, even. It's lost twice consecutively. Water wheel, powder keg, volcanic vents. Does it crit? No, but the burns went... No, I'm fine. I've got submersible. We should just be fine against this. Yeah, it comes nowhere near killing us. Then we just tank all of the incoming burn with submersible, and we get him no problem. See, this is the same build that lost 2 consecutive days. I've barely gotten any stronger, right? And I just crushed that man. And he's 4 wins. With, like, you know, not much worse prestige than me, implying he's winning much later than I am. Just absolutely stupid opponent RNG these past 2 days, ruining my confidence. Anyway, let's set up Barcoon, see if we can't find the one item I actually want. Weapons to the right have plus 100 damage. I could just start off with my damage, right? And then when I get Tortuga, the build is Sea Shadow, Pufferfish, Narwhal. And I'm using the star chart to make sure that the cooldowns are so low that Pufferfish isn't infinite. That's just the whole build. Like, I don't need anything else, do I? So buying this... Well, aquatic cooldowns by 30% is actually better, right? Tortuga, Pufferfish, Star Chart. There's no room. I could run Figurehead over the Sea Shadow, actually. Which would be a pretty substantial increase at the start. And then I would have to wait for the Narwhal to go off. But because it's aquatic, with 30% cooldown reduction, it goes down to 2.8. I'd rather not do that. I think this is better. And plus 100 damage is neat and all, but it does get outscaled eventually? Question mark by the Shark Claws? I have a very strong suspicion Diamond Figurehead's just better than this, because like 20 seconds into a fight doesn't exist, but it's also all of my money, so no. Powder Keg has returned. I'm glad it is continuing to grace me with its presence. It is still useless.
Rally, men! Blades to the wind!
Slow effects, you say? Swashbuckle only has 2 possible enchants, and both of them are great for me right now. So I'm going to random the Swashbuckle. It's either 25% more crit or way better than that. It's way better than that. Now it gives double the bonus to shield and damage, which it's being double dipped on the submersible, by the way. Is there an apparel that I care about? I mean, there's the one on my board, right? And the other 2 options do nothing. And I've got the gold to roll for a Swashbuckle upgrade, but man, this is going to be a waste of my money. Who could have seen this coming? Although, it is notable that Shadowed Cloak is a good card. It is a lot more speed on this katana. But Sea Shadow scaling the rest of my board too, and I have no room for it. Wrist Warrior, you say? Hold up. I wasn't thinking about putting a Wrist Warrior next to Submersible. I mean, it's not gonna do anything substantial, right? They're cool cards that would be okay if I didn't have a Sea Shadow, but with how tight my stash is, I don't see a point. Maybe next time, Gassio. Still don't know what his pun is. I should be able to beat Pharaoh's Khan, no problem, because I have a massive defensive scaling with the Submersible. Even if he gets to shoot, it's not going to kill me. It's just 3.1k. Also, what's my crit chance up to, by the way? 47% on the buffed items. Yeah, we've got enough shield to survive the hit now, which is all that really matters. Scary, but fine. Is 1 shot, 1 kill worth it with Tortuga? You bet it is. I'm sure it'll work out somehow. Oh, that's fine too. We just switched the board positioning a little bit. Would I rather that being... No, I wouldn't. I want it on the katana. I could also get it as shield value, but I don't think that's right. I need to go all in on damage scaling here. We're still not doing much here, but Kina can upgrade my Swashbuckle, which is not insubstantial today. Spyglass could wreck an eel build and a mirror. And it can give a lot of crit chance. Crit chance on the shark claws don't matter, so I'd actually put it on the katana, maybe? I just don't think it's worth it. I also don't have stash space for it, right? The moment I sell this thing, I have no stash space to manipulate at all. It's the only thing I can actually sell right now. So if I were to put Sea Shadow in my stash, I'd have 20 locked item slots and no ability to pick up anything. No thank you to Crow's Nest, I don't believe. Well, once again, I guess I'm gonna go to middle and be kind of sad about it.
Nothing huge. All about
I don't think the tier of this is going to affect anything. But I have so much gold on my board that it doesn't matter. Like, if I find Tortuga, I can afford it, and I comfortably know that. So I'll go ahead and upgrade the pufferfish on the teeny tiny chance it somehow matters someday. A dead Vanessa, that sounds like I'm going 7, but it depends on what their enchant is. Any bad Vanessa plus an obsidian enchant is suddenly a great Vanessa. They have restorative vat of acid. That's certainly not the one item I thought they would. This is your one weapon? I feel fucking robbed. Why is it so fast? Because it's aquatic.
I paint my ship red.
So, let me just quickly double check how much damage I did. I'm pretty sure I never stood a chance. Absolutely insane build, by the way. Yeah, I didn't even come close to killing them. But also, 2 wins, you say. Shiny Fang custom scope vat of acid. This build being dead on 9 is absolute highway robbery. What are we talking about? It also means I don't get a death enchant for Tortuga now. We're gonna take a random enchant on the submersible, I think. No, we do it on the katana. Yeah, the katana is just the better enchant. Even if it gets shielded, it's just like the same thing better. Fiery is traditionally a good damaging enchant, but like, I don't scale, right? I never found an orange Julian, so I don't scale. It just doesn't happen. Get out of here, model ship. I'm not going to Colt. He has literally nothing he can offer me.
Let's take the tyrant's whole kingdom.
Old Zane, what can you do for us? Flurry of Blows sounds good, but considering I have to switch to Tortuga to win this run, I'm not going to take it. Stunning Strike's kind of the only option here. Going to Aerodrome until I see somebody who has a good chance of selling me a Tortuga. All right, I'll just take that instead.
Favorite color? Mine is the art blue.
3 enchants before Tortuga, because I'm an asshole who didn't buy it when I saw it. While I had rigged, no less. Void Colossus should be a kill with all the damage over time I have. No, it shouldn't. I've made a mistake. This is 100% up to RNG. I basically need him to hit either Shark Claws or Sea Shadow. And even then, it's not guaranteed. All right, I'd have preferred Sea Shadow, but I think that's enough for us to win. If it hits this, I lose half my damage. If it hits this, I lose half my damage. If it hits this, I probably lose like 80% of my damage.
Already? We barely got our flags.
At least we got a good source of income. I don't even know what I'm looking for at Kina. Like, I've so very clearly tunneled. I'm looking for Swashbuckle for temporary power. But I'm so extremely tunneled on Tortuga for this build to actually win. And there's just no way for me to make it happen. I fucked up so badly by not buying it. Alright, I will still try for a yo-yo. I probably shouldn't have, if I'm being honest with myself. 25% crit chance, huh? I literally do not have another item to put on my board. I'm going to take this, though. 25% crit chance is a lot with a shiny Swashbuckle. And I did find a yo-yo. Or, sorry, a slingshot. I wish it were a yo-yo. So I can just put it on my board to have an item that does something. And I need to do this to just get every single chance I can to survive the day, but this dually is probably favored against me. Like, you do not want to be playing Shark Claws on day 9. Obsidian cybersecurity. I'm so dead. If he doesn't crit, I have a chance, but he's going to crit. Oh, we got there. I would like to thank Toxic Submersible for saving my life. I'm very confident that I have less than 400, or sorry, more than 400 shield there. Actually, I I had 382 armor only. This only went off once before the fight ended, to my enormous shock. I actually didn't need the shield from the submersible to win that. That's kind of crazy. I would not have expected that. Oh, that's good. Wasn't expecting to be alive right now. The yo-yos, or sorry, the slingshot's gotta go. That was a temporary measure. I have no space, and I'm not dropping the build that will actually be capable of winning a fight. The issue is, if I find Tortuga and he's not at a good tier, I'm still just going to lose the run. Silencer, you say? I don't need a gunpowder for anything. I'm going to buy this silencer. If I find a crow's nest, I can go one weapon with this shiny swashbuckle. Obviously, there were chances at crow's nest before, but I don't know if I had a shiny swashbuckle during them, and I don't know if I was this desperate during them either. I still had the naive hope that I could someday find Tortuga again. Pole, please. There are 2 different items that can save the run. Man, that's just fucking heartbreaking, ain't it? Diamond Cannonade next to a shiny swashbuckle, though. I would drop Shark Claws plus Silencer. I would just run this. It hits for 300 base. I'm going to be scaling it up. I'm probably still better off with it. God, I hate this idea so much. But Shark Claws cannot win. This Narwhal has to be dropped to make room. Oh, it costs 48 gold. That's exactly what I have, you know. So I can either have it at 310 damage or 466, but I lose the same damage on the katana, which has a fiery enchant. I have to assume it works better like this. It's more damage than what I had previously, but the build's awful for day 11. It might be able to beat a Void Golem, though. It does a lot of damage before Void Golem gets off the ground. It's also the difference in leveling up today or not, so I'm doing it. Although, I do level up today, which means I get my level 13 guaranteed diamond upgrade. And that could be particularly heartbreaking if I somehow survive and then don't actually get the items I need to win. Our damage for killing Void Golem was good. Like, that was actually reassuring how much damage we dealt. When you destroy an item during combat, your weapons gain 100 damage and your burn items gain 10 burn. Yeah, all that item destruction I'm doing, sure. JJ, please help. This isn't helping, JJ. We roll. We hope. We receive disappointment yet again. And middle cannot save it. Going to take 12 regen rather than wasting my time at middle. I'm going to upgrade the swashbuckle to diamond. There's nothing else that makes sense. 244 damage, 460 shield. I technically have a better win rate than this Vanessa. But they haven't died, so I'm pretty confident that I'm about to die. I've done my best. I can die in peace. I've learned a lesson about when to buy Tortuga. It's got to be some sort of, what's it called? Shot classes deck, right? No. Big Langjin, bunch of revolvers. I'm not quite sure I'm following.
Defeat does not defeat me.
This guy turned the corner, but why? What's his build do? Like, I don't get it. Why is this good? He just has a turbo pistol sword and a dream? Okay. I'm not quite sure. I think he got good opponent RNG is the real answer. That man should be on death's door. We hit every store we see from here on out. Because while we are winning, it's by the grace of our opponents more than anything. We do desperately want to find Tortuga because the build is so much stronger than what I'm currently doing. Hold, please. It's the third eels. Hilariously, I've also seen literally no items that go with eels. I don't think I need that silencer anymore. I think that's totally sellable. Tortuga just doesn't exist, man. But let me tell you about Boulder and Water Wheel. Those fuckers are everywhere. I don't know. I don't actually feel horribly weak, but it's just like on day 12 and 13, people can do so much broken shit. I am slowly gaining crit chance, so like my burn and burst is scaling. Fiery Katana, Toxic Submersible, next to a shiny Swashbuckle with Inexorable. Like, I am doing enough. It's 100% crit chance. I really should have clicked recap there to see if Swashbuckle was in the right spot. Just gonna go Nautica and click roll rather than rolling an aerodrome for a better shot.
So cute.
Crow's Nest is too slow. I have to burst them down. Oh,
I'm sure you'll still
if this goes 10 wins, it'll be the funniest 10 wins of all time. Where I spent the whole run regretting being the build I am instead of doing something different. Moth to a Flame gives me, like, not insubstantial regen, like 25 regen per second. No, half that, 12.5 regen per second. That's not enough. I want something that wins the fight, and I did not get it. Wait. Never mind, I only have 5 items. Artillery Spotter, get in here. That's a lot more crit chance. We're actually at 100% crit across the board. So I can make this deal 300 more damage, or I can do it on the Katana. Every 7 seconds, it's getting charged by the Katana for 2. The Pet Rock for basically doesn't exist, right? In 6 seconds, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charges, right? I'm going to ignore that charge is an overflow just for easy math. But in 6 seconds, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 uses times 2, 12. Plus the base 6 is 18. This goes off 2.5 times in 6 seconds. It's worse than the Katana then. Speaking of, Kina can't really help me now that I have a diamond swashbuckle, so I'm going to put this sharpening stone on the Katana and continue pretending that this is enough, which appears to have gotten me to 8 wins. If I hadn't gotten absolutely scammed by some crazy Orange Julian builds on days like 6 and 7, we'd be a victory right now. But hey, our nice opponents are the reason we're... Oh, I'm just dead to a force wheel build, aren't I? I don't know exactly what his build does, but I assume I'm just going... What? Wait, he didn't die when the force field went off. It's supposed to kill you when it goes off. That's the whole point. I thought I missed something. I looked at his skills... And I saw a bronze defense grid. I was like, I must have just missed the large one at gold or something. Well, why was that at 8? He must have mistakenly pivoted into it too early for some reason. I mean, there, for the grace of God go I spent this whole run lamenting the fact that I'm not a Tortuga build, and it's starting to look like it's wrong to try to be a Tortuga build. I mean, I'm just going to take 25 flat damage. It got me this far. Switching to Tortuga on the last day sounds like betrayal. Don't offer me Tortuga. Don't make me think about it. Thank God. This is too slow to be usable. I also need the crit chance from this rock. Alright, Lord Arkin's a tough guy. This will be a good check of how much damage I actually deal, right? Because the Rigged is actually doing a not insubstantial amount of damage in this combo. Yeah, I think we might have killed him faster than my pig build infinite yesterday did. Shiny Swashbuckle is giving me some damage scaling. Oh, I don't want to think about it. This goes off for like 2.4 thousand damage, which is more than I would get from the half health trigger on this. This is just 50 gold, which I appreciate because I'm incredibly broke, but it's not going to matter. The land, no thank you. I should have kept that in case I got the boulder. I should not have instantly sold it. Got an aerodrome looking for some form of temporary power. There's no way I level up at Bazaar Con. So I'm going to roll again. I actually think I just roll until I see an enchant. Improve your poison items. I can enchant the submersible differently. I can use the random enchant at, what's your name? Gloop? Botle. I can use random enchant here. I can also get 25% crit, which is 50 damage and 100 shield. I genuinely think the poison enchant's pretty bad. It doesn't go off that many times. You can do worse. I'm going to go Botle. I think this is just enough power. And I can give it plus 25 crit, which is 50 damage, 100 shield. Just going to do that. Like, I can make it worse with an enchant. I don't think an obsidian enchant just immediately wins or anything. None of this matters. I'm going to take 15 regen, I guess. It was fun pretending this was ever going to work. I'm not taking the regen. I changed my mind. I want max health. I want to do what little I can to make sure I don't get one shot right here. Oh, do I just get to die to eels? That's unfortunate. 8-win Vanessa. I spent the entire run lamenting the fact that I didn't actually pivot properly and allow myself access to a Tortuga build when I had rigged. The boulder, it crits too. I'm just dead. His start of combat freeze was on my shield source. Wait, we just kill him in time. He doesn't actually accelerate it. I don't get it. I don't get it. He had a 4x health boulder, but he did nothing to charge it. He just has a water wheel and a dream. Like, this isn't a play. Why am I going 10 wins on this? Don't get me wrong. It's fine. It's adequate. It's not a bad build. But it was like the most stressful way to take it to 10. If I had just gone out like 10-2 on day 12 like I should have, it would have been a totally reasonable run. But this is so precarious when you have to take it as late as I did. And more importantly, it just felt really like it shined a massive light on, one, how big of a mistake not buying that Tortuga was. I really over-focused power on the current day. I underestimated how much Tortuga opens up more powerful late-game strats. Because I want to be clear. Every fight I won with this, I would have won with the Tortuga build, right? At 2 seconds, you have the Sea Shadow go off and haste your whole board. That triggers the Pufferfish, lowering its cooldown. You have the lowered cooldown already on Tortuga and the Pufferfish from the star chart, and it just loops, and it's absolutely crazy. However, Shiny Swashbuckle is just an incredibly strong card that has never changed. We had a very, very early inexorable to go alongside of it, a little bit of bonus speed out of Shield Bash. Despite never finding the large item I wanted, Cannonade is a damn good large diamond to randomly trip over. I do have a couple of good skills with Freeze, 40% flat crit chance. Rigged is obviously fantastic. Like, the build is... This is the fairest sort of Vanessa build. And you don't ever want to be past day 12 on a build you would describe as fair, but the burst damage was just barely high enough at every point after those Orange Julian fights. I'm glad it got over the finish line, but realistically, I think this run is just a showcase of a massive mistake. I think this build could have been so much stronger had I been playing the turtle boat. I just made a mistake by not buying Tortuga. I didn't appreciate that I had rigged. That's the main thing. When you have rigged, Tortuga's absolutely nuts because the moment an item activates, a Pufferfish activates and then keeps going off basically forever. It allows you to turn Sea Shadow into a 2-second Pufferfish activation, and then the two friends together are enough to basically get Tortuga going. I had such a strong path available before me, and I just didn't see it until it was too late. I'll be interested going back and editing, because you bet that from your perspective, you already heard me talk about that decision right after I passed the Tortuga. But I'm interested going back when I look at it in editing. Was that obviously wrong? Or would it have cost me enough that buying Tortuga was not clearly right? Because I genuinely don't know. I remember that I had no friends at the time, but I had a rigged and it was Tortuga. So like, and my level 7 gold upgrade was available, I think. So I think not buying that was crazy and super wrong. And the rest of this run was just me doing the absolute best I could to transition Shark Claws into something that got there. And by the grace of opponent RNG, we did. I didn't think we'd get there after the Orange Julians took away all my prestige. But after that, the opponent RNG was pretty nice to me, and I kept matching into people where I didn't understand their builds and how they got the win rates they did. So, yeah, nice. Honestly, I'm very happy it got to 10, because usually when I have a run where I'm commenting and I just learn a lesson and crash out like 6 to 8 wins, I don't bother posting it, because, like, it's a video about why you should have bought Tortuga that didn't work. This at least shows off how you can salvage your run with Shiny Swashbuckle if you're playing weapons. It's a way to scale beyond what Shark Claws is offering and go into late game. I did not expect to go 10. I was very confident this footage would not make it to YouTube, but the build did manage to come together, and now you too can mourn the loss of the turtle boat with me. Anyways, that'll be all for now. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.